Alright, starting part 3, resuming where we left off.
Where's the Lord?
And you see the character Lewis right here. As we can see, the Osiris character right here, as I mentioned previously, which represents Osiris. It also represents Horus. Now he's becoming the Horus character. And as you can see right here, he's got his arms in a Y, and that represents Jesus, which is Horus, which with the Y right here. And you can see the peace symbol, which shows the Y inside of the ring. The ring is the iris, which is the rainbow, and the ring is the Ouroboros. And you can see the rainbow fragmentation coming out of the dark crystal right here. And it is also, the Y is also the Satyr square, which is the 25. There's 25 pieces in the Satyr square. And the Satyr square is the tendon, which is the 0, 1, 0 feedback loop. And it is the Saturn cube. It's also Iris because Iris represents the goddess in Greek mythology of the rainbow. This also represents the V, making a V with your arms, because it is the V iris, which is the rainbow. Iris is the rainbow, as I mentioned. The V iris, because it's the bell eye of the beast, and I can show this further right here. We have the TV show V right here, and that represents the reptilian right there, which is the bell eye of the beast. You can see the earth right there, and the V right there. So, and I'll show it later in the corner down here. There's going to be the bell eye of the beast right there, and it's also the fall of the two towers, because that represents creating one tower from the ashes, the phoenix from the ashes, the Jesus Anubis bloodline, as I mentioned in previous videos.
You believe in democracy, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Well, then we'll take a vote. And I'll stand by it. And so will you.
You can see they speared the red neck in the chest. That represents, it is representing the arc between the two bloodlines, which is the Duat. The Ra's arc traveling through the Duat, causing the arc between the two bloodlines. So this represents revenge for killing Osiris, which is the Horus character, getting revenge. And he ends up shooting him in the movie. We can see that in one of the clips I showed.
What do you say, Bobby?
Let's bury him. I don't want this getting around. Okay? Okay?
It's up to you, Ed. It's all up to you, Ed.
I just think what you're doing, Ed. For God's sake.
For God's sake, because it's about God, Jesus character, God, man coming out of his own domain into God's domain.
You've got a wife. You've got a child. You're not involved in this. Think about your family, Ed. This may be the most important decision of your whole life, Ed. Yes! There's no way we can change this. There's no way we can change what happened to Bobby. We gotta do the right thing. Ed, we're gonna have to live with this for the rest of our lives.
Right!
The rest of their lives, because life is the battery. I've kind of talked about how the life is the battery. It's the positive or the negative charge. It's the lithium ion phosphate battery, which represents life Po, which is life positive.
I'm with Lewis.
He's with Lewis, Jesus. Now I want to talk about at the end of the movie, they reach the end of the river after losing some of their companions. When they get to the end of the river, you see the Church of Christ, because again, the character Lewis represents the Horus character, which represents Christ. It's also the Church of Christ because it's the CC, the 33, the seal of Saturn. And at the end of the movie, they hail a taxi cab, which is the Hell Cab, which is a time machine with a checkered past, represents the duality, Hell Cab, and cabs around here have the 666 on them, so it really represents Hail 666 when they hail the cab in the movie, and that takes them back to the land of Oz, Osiris, back into the sleep realm, the blue pill in the Matrix. And you have right here the Twitter logo, the old Twitter logo, which has the dove, the white bird, and then it's inside of the blue cube right there, as you can see right there. Or inversely, you have the blue and the white. But basically, what this represents is it represents the Boaz pillar, and it also represents the dove, which represents Jesus. So it's the Father and the Son. You also have the Excalibur right here with the sword. That's what the X represents. Twitter became X. And you have the sword right here, King Arthur's sword, the Excalibur, which represents the upside down cross, which is the blade, because it's the Saturn cube, the blade, and it's either cutting towards you or against you. It's the duality. One side of the blade, the other side of the blade. And it's King Arthur, because Arthur is author. It's the author of the story. It's talking about how this is all fiction. It's all part of the story. Who's wearing the crown, right? Are you wearing the crown or someone else wearing the crown in the story? And that's going to do it for this video.